That will be an interesting one here. I'm just having a look. Yes, here we are. Move chat over here for a moment so I can see you, and then let's see if we can maybe fire this up without completely killing my machine. For some reason, like, I don't know if it's been updates to this website or what, but this like wheel web page that I've been using for a long time is like really, really taxing on this machine. And it was like this before I made the change to Linux too, so it's just is what it is. But here we are. Here's the wheel. You can see it's just barely working there. I'll probably move this somewhere else, but for now, it will work. Ultimately, just needs to randomize whatever we end up playing, right? It looks like this is going to land on a Dreamweb run? Yes. So it's the April Dreamweb run from Krelos. Okay, yeah, this is already starting to bug out a little bit. Hopefully we don't lose the stream. See that like cursor's still working. Yes, I actually wanted to address that because I hadn't gotten around to that quite yet. But we should take a look at that in depth. You are right, Galaxy. I don't know what's going on with this at the moment. Let's see if I can get out of this instance of Firefox, maybe? Maybe? Thank you, Gromek, for 47 months. Holy moly. There we go. So this was April 2025. Bring y'all back here. Let's get the tune to play through. I do not know why the alerts are not working. It is not something to do with my computer, it's something to do with Twitch. I'm not really quite sure what's not firing off, but can manually do it like this. Thank you very much, Gromek, for 47 months of Prime. You only get one of those. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Very good. Still no TTS Brian. I think Brian will be out for the count for a little while. Unfortunately. Until I find a way around it. But hey, Mini Roach, May is long this year. What does that mean? I have something set to May and I forgot about it. Very likely. Good with Farm Upstate, yeah. Alright, let me read through this feedback here because Galaxy is right. There was something posted maybe last stream or something like that from Incobalt around Dreamweb. And there's been some other Dreamweb stuff that I've found but haven't been able to reproduce in a while. Ooh, we have another one. Ooh, sneaky sub. Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much, Mini Roach. That's 12 months. That's the 1 year. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Thank you very much for 12 months of Prime. Wheel had a May column. Oh, okay. I think it might have said it was like the May wheel at some point, maybe. Oh, it says, yeah, the original wheel. So basically when the wheel was created. Yeah, we begun this one a couple months ago. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I appreciate the support. That's very kind. So yeah, the gist of how I understand this thing is that you can basically create like a save in a different spot, and then if you do something, you can warp to that save later on. The reference is to that C99 glitch that we use for Monkey Island 2. I have not really played around with this, but I guess we could take a look. It's really interesting. I don't know how legal it would be within the normal rule set, but maybe this is prime perhaps for like another category, kind of like what we did with Monkey Island. It sort of depends. But I'll kind of read through this. Seems like when you die and skip the game over story scroll, it doesn't quite reset your last visited location. So they set up 2 games, one just before visiting Channel 6, one just before traveling to somewhere in the beginning of the game, saved just after the travel, loaded up the Channel 6. So Channel 6 is the second section, basically, of like 6, I think. Second assassination, if you want to think of it that way, I guess. Died to the guard in front of Channel 6, which I didn't know you could die to that guard. That's interesting. Skipped the splash screen, loaded my other save, then went to travel, and it already had Channel 6 selected, despite this being the very beginning of the game. Yeah, so I guess the way that this would work is that we basically play a game up to that point, I guess, or open a save that was at that point and then die and then begin a new game, and then you could just go directly to that. Yeah, it's probably worth like a forum post on there. I don't know how active Bitmap Kid is. I think that's the one of the mods for that one. I don't know if Bitmap Kid lurks in this channel at all, but that is an interesting thing. Because presumably you could probably take like the latest death you possibly could, and in theory, you could warp to wherever that final death is. I'm trying to think. I guess you could literally warp to the end of the game, because you can die in that final room. So basically, you would just warp to the very last room in the game, and then that would be that, or something based on this. I mean, we could try seeing if we could replicate this. Yeah, I saw this come through, and now I'm realizing I never responded back, but I was going to talk about it on the last stream, and then I think I got, I don't know, brain went in stream mode, which is where you forget basically everything what you're doing. God, I should have ScumVM up here. Have I tested? Yeah, I've definitely tested Dreamweb. This should work. I would like you folks to be able to see it as well. There we go. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of the same vibe, I guess, then. Because it's definitely not unheard of for places to have, or for, yeah, I guess for games to sort of like, or speed runs, to have this kind of tech in it. But it feels like more often than not, they're split out somehow. So yeah, I guess that kind of is addressed with the glitchless side of things. And then, you know, in the Monkey Island, so like kind of approach, that just kind of is kicked out to its own, like, if you use this glitch, it's its own category. Which is, the C99 thing is a really fun category, I think, as well. So I think everything's got its validity, I think. So there's the TV studio. Let's just see if we can do it. What's in our inventory? Doesn't look like we have everything we need. This game was fun. This is honestly like a pretty cool speedrun. At the end of the day, I think it's this key card is the one that we want. I'm just gonna quickly get the ending section together. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I guess we have the location now, right? So presumably... It can't be this guard that gets us, right? I don't know. But yeah, either way, I think what I'll do is that if this is the kind of I mean, either way, we should probably try to do a run that's like this. And then maybe we could do a post on the SRC board and just be like, I have no idea how we want to sort this out, but this is cool at the very least. Like, try to get Ichabod's find out there.
The soldier is dressed.
Look, I told you. No one is allowed in.
Sorry. Just checking. Sorry. Just checking. Sorry. Just checking.
Like, can we just try to use the gun, maybe? Do we have a gun? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of cool that you can... I mean, it's interesting that there's kind of built-in deaths like that. Oh, interesting. Control F does work. I was trying to speed up the game so I could get around the corner because this is not like a run. I just wanted to get to the other side of the building. But it looks like it only happens on these menus. That's interesting. ScumVM speed up thing. So then, presumably, if we start from a new game, we presumably can go ahead and get to that location again, I think, right? If I understand this correctly. The other thing I have to consider, I guess, is that we would need... We still need a weapon, right? Well, yeah, we'd have to have a weapon because we can't do the rest of the game without it. I don't know. Well, let's see if this works anyway. I might have to reread the message. This feels like it's stretched a little bit, is it? So let's see if this this works. I might need to make a save maybe for it to like lock in there. Okay. So yeah, that one didn't take. Okay, so this save is before that. So we're gonna want to take TV Studio. We'll walk back around again. Odd walking thing here. So maybe I'll make a save just before we perish. I'll reread the post too. The other thing it's probably worth me testing out, since we're just kind of doing a little bit of science here, is there's like something weird that I managed to do on the 4th spot at some point. Okay, so we'll talk to the guy here really quick and then we'll make a save. Okay. Disk option save. We'll just put it here and we'll call this C99 for this purpose. Okay, we're saved. Try the gun. Now we need to skip the splash screen, I think is what I remember. So I'm just hitting escape right now quite a bit. Camera is bugging out again. New game. And we'll just rush out just to see if this works. Obviously in a real situation we'd probably need to grab wallet and certainly the key. Oh, interesting. I have a feeling I forgot something. I don't know if I ever got that. That's gotta be madness when you realize that it's the key. The silliest location. That's nice of the game to do it. Okay, so it didn't load up again. What am I doing wrong? Let's see. I guess there's a possibility that this is a version-specific thing, too. I haven't ruled that out, I guess, but... One just before visiting Channel 6 and one just after traveling to somewhere in the beginning of the game. Saved just after the travel, loaded up the Channel 6 game, died, skipped the splash screen, loaded the other save. Okay, got it. I am doing this wrong. Okay, so we'll go to a different location. So we'll go to the bar. Or not. Okay, so then we need to save, right? Point 2. Save. Okay, and then we need to load the other game. Restore. We need to take the death. And then I guess load the other one up. And then if we leave... Okay, that one didn't work yet. Skip the splash screen, load the other save, went to travel, still had Channel 6 selected despite this being the very beginning of the game. Huh. I think that what I did should have worked there. We could try playing it maybe in the floppy version and see if it's exclusive to floppy. Because the C99 thing is exclusive to the Amiga version. Yeah, it's not showing up on here. That's interesting. I wonder what I'm doing wrong here. Or if it is indeed something that's just like exclusive to a version of it. One just before... Well, you know what? Just before visiting Channel 6. And one just after traveling somewhere. So I guess maybe I need to... Let's try a different save and see if this maybe fires it up differently. So if we go back here and go to Sterling... This is just before we go to Channel 6, I guess. So maybe we'll try this one out. Maybe I'm too close to it. Hey, Anishiwa. Good afternoon. Hello, Hit Marty. Yeah, let's get some Dreamweb treats for the dog. A very sleepy one today over here with Bonbon. Thank you, Hit Marty, for the treats. She has opted to just nap in the back. Which, you know what? Respect. It works. Okay. It's too dang hot outside. It's supposed to rain all next week, and I'm actually, like, kind of excited for that, just to break the heat up a little bit. Okay, so what we need to do is, I guess, try and get... the pieces down. I've actually forgotten what the code is. Is it 7225? No. It's something like that. I've got that written down. Home is 5106. Way off. Is there a 7? 7833 is Sartain's at the end, I suppose. Okay, so we would need to check out the network screen to do this. For anybody just joining us here, there's been some new tech discovered from Incobalt. That we're doing some science on here quick. We did hit Dreamweb. Oh, she goes to bed. We did hit Dreamweb on the wheel, so we'll be doing a run of this soon, but figured we'd dive into this a little bit. So this is Read, Newsnet. Right? Read Newsnet? Oh, I guess I have to list Newsnet. And then read TV special. So this is what gets us the location that we need. Although, is it supposed to be just before this? Because at this point we would have already had it. They've already had it locked in. Oh, I've just realized we've got an annoying breeze here. I think we're back. Yeesh. So my camera's frozen, it looks like, but I think you all can hear me, which is interesting. Let's see if I can fix that. very nice picture of me here. There we go, that looks a little better. Very strange. Okay, anyways, we're good. Anyways, so I'm wondering if actually, this is what's kind of tricky, right? Is, where did Discord go? One just before visiting Channel 6, one just after traveling somewhere at the beginning of the game. Saved just after the travel, loaded up the Channel 6 game, died to the guard in front of Channel 6, skipped the splash screen and loaded the other save, went to travel on at Channel 6 selected. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. So now presumably we'll save again, I guess. So that would be this one. So now we need to load up the game here. Need to take the death. So then load this one up, and I... Am I supposed to load this one up? Even on, yeah, there's some new tech, yeah. I haven't been able to get it to work, but I'm also probably following the instructions quite poorly at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna just try and do this as if we're starting the game fresh. I might like reparse the thing. I'm kind of like looking at the paragraph rather than jotting these things down. Should probably help. Yeah, it could be a DOSBox thing. That's true. Very true. And then go travel the Sparkies. Okay, yeah, maybe I did that wrong. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Okay, so we'd save here then. And then I guess we load the other one up? I think once I do this once, I'll understand. It's one of those moments where I kind of know too many skips at this point. So like I want it to work a certain way. doesn't seem to work on that one. Yeah, that's how I'm reading that as well. Like, it should just show up on, like, as the first one on here. Alright, let's do another thing then. Let's test and see. I'll bring Elle up here for a moment. I'm gonna pick up the floppy version and we'll try it with the floppy version and see if there's any interesting things that we can get out of that. Because it'd be cool if we could, get it to work, but... Worst case, we'll just do a run. And we'll look into this at a later date.
Mission 1.
Okay, so this is the floppy version. Very kindly has all of our saves still in here. Hey, Summer, welcome in. I've been kind of needing to do some runs on the floppy version anyway. Because I'm like wondering if... like there's some different, like maybe he walks slightly faster or something. Because I'm still losing a ton of time in the first split. So it's one of those weird ones. Alright, let me reread this again, and I'm literally going to just make notes on it. So that I understand this better than I have previously. Okay, so we need to make a save just before visiting channel 6. And then we need to make another save just after traveling somewhere at the beginning of the game. And we'll call it Sparky's, I guess, because that's what Incobalt uses. Begin. Okay. So those are first two steps. Save just after the travel to Sparky's. Loaded up channel 6. So that, okay, so here we go. So travel to Sparky's. Load up channel 6 save. Die. Then load the other save. So load Sparky's save. And then exit. And there should be, if this works, it should be, that should unlock channel 6 even though we don't have it on that save. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, so let's go new game. I guess, do I have to just reload the whole thing from the top, I guess? New game. We'll just do this kind of like nice and fresh out of the box. And do what we need to do here. Might be important that your channel 6 save travels to channel 6 after loading. Okay. I guess we'll pick up the screwdriver for completion's sake. Technically, we'd want to take that. Alright, so let's go to Sparky's. And we'll save. So I'm going to call this one the C99 one. So then technically we'd want to load a game where we need to be around the TV studio. Just before visiting channel 6. So I guess this isn't just before, but this is as close as I can before actually going there. So I guess the other thing that could be the possibility is I have to like make these saves bespoke rather than tapping into old ones. There we go. Would not be surprised. Hey there, Archie. Howdy, howdy. I think we're good on this. Okay, so now we have the location. So we need to save just before traveling to channel 6, which I guess would be here. So we'll put this under 2. Because I think if I use the control, we end up here. So there's the location. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll load up the first one. There it is. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. So for context, this is the game that, like, this is the save that we just played right from the beginning. So that's completely skipped. I just realized I have Beneath the Steel Sky splits up, but it skips the entire first assassination there. That's pretty cool. Speaking of which, I suppose we need to bring in some splits here. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Inkobalt for that. So yeah, I don't... The question is this going to be legal under the normal rules? And I have a feeling that it won't, but I don't think that this is going to be like something where no one will ever be allowed to do it. It might just be its own, like, thing. But at the same time, you never know. It's really, really cool. Because now you have to start thinking about application. Okay, cool. No, I didn't have to die at all. Well, that's a really good point. I didn't have to die. It was basically just like... I went to Sparky's. Like, I basically exited, came back to Sparky's, loaded up the save, and then it was just done. So we kind of skipped, like, a bunch of the steps, actually. I am in the floppy disk version, so I wonder if that... I wonder if that makes sense. I forgot that this was going to just totally shut out of ScumBM. I wanted to just try it one more time so that I like really truly understand it, but it seems to make sense. And I think, yeah, DOS English is the one we want. So the suggestion here is maybe you could skip something a little bit later in the game that takes a long time. If I guess if we don't have to actually die, if that's not like a thing that is essential for the game to make this mistake, like I wonder if that like there's a way basically to quickly get to the very end. I guess like the last thing you need to travel to from the screen, like the travel screen, would be the church, which I think is suggested. Where the heck is ScumBM? Too many windows. Okay. So yeah, I wonder, I guess... I mean, does this work just without any of this stuff? Because we've now got saves, right? So we've loaded this save in here, which for visibility, we do not have anything in. And then here we would just say, load the second one. Oh no, I guess this is the other one that we'd want. I think. No, we need to, we'd still, So I should have named these better. C991 is the Sparky's save. 2 is the one that's directly from the beginning. So this is the actual one we want to travel to Sparky's from. I think. Hopefully I did this right. Oh yeah, this is the Channel 6 one. Yeah, this would be so yeah, that's just before Channel 6. What is the third one we didn't use? Yeah. So it's literally just like the idea that it, I guess once you start the game up, it hangs on to whatever. Oh, if you move it, it goes. Yeah, so that's the glitch then. So I guess because it's gone now, but I just need to get my saves straight. This is to get to Channel 6, I think. Right? We've just uncovered Channel 6. This is Sparky's beforehand. And we're good to go. And you can see that we don't have any inventory. So we've kind of skipped all of that. That's crazy. Well, let's start thinking about what we need at the end of the game, because that's the other piece to this, right? Is can we beat the game without the gun? And without anything else? Because if we're gonna warp, we might as well warp, you know? Because this is just before the end of the game here. This one. This would be an amazing place to warp to. But it's not a location that you select. You'd need to go... It'd have to be like here-ish. Let's see what we have. So these are from my casual playthrough, so I don't like 100% remember. Like how deep in the game this was. I'm assuming we've put the correct... So we have to do this section here in a similar way to what the TV special was section is, because this unlocks the church location. So boom, now that is available to us. I am a little bit curious if this is enough. Like we've unlocked it, right? Let's make a save. We'll put this one under speedrun. Go back to Sparky's. Okay, so I think we do need to travel to that location first. There's more that we need to sort out. Just to be super clear with this, we're gonna still need to sort out some more pieces of like inventory related bits. But there's the church, right? Yeah. So now we're at the very end of the game. And we again have absolutely nothing. But But maybe this could work, though, because that's... Yeah. Okay, so if we move that, obviously we lose our spot, but I wonder... Alright, we gotta start thinking a little bit outside the box now. So normally you need to have... like, the clippers basically to clip through this, and then once you're down below you don't actually need anything because you're basically just picking up everything else. So as long as we can find a way I think I'm curious, I guess. Because that's technically a soft lock, I guess, because we can't get into the church yet. It's really cool that you can do that. I want to be very clear when I say that. I'm going to check one thing in here. What is in this interface right now? Nothing. So the wire cutters come from... They come from the end of Underwood, I guess, right? So we've already read all this stuff in here. I guess if maybe you set up a split or like a save. Because if we finish this section, which we'll do right now, this is again just a save from my first play. We blow the ship up here. So when we respawn after this Dreamweb sequence, we're going to end up in a parking lot, and we can get the clippers there. I guess my main question is this parking lot returnable? Because if it is, I think you want to do the save there. Like, that's the spot that we'd want to warp to. Where the heck is the key? Okay. I've talked about this game a little bit previously, where like you can literally pick everything up, and during the first play that I'm sure everybody has, but it was certainly my experience, like it was 3 pages of just total trash. So this is my question, right? We are here. There are the wire cutters that we need. I don't think I have a save here, right? This was Management Suite 2. Alright, I'll save this as 3. I assume we can return to the car park again. But this is going to bring us to this. Okay, so if I load this, that solves the issue with the wire cutters. We have the wire cutters now. So now we can technically enter the end of the game. But this is the problem. We can't carry the inventory over. Because even though we have the wire cutters now, excuse me, we now can't get to the ruined church. Unless, no, because we can't, if we could carry the inventory, this wouldn't be a problem, because then we could sit here and go like this. And just load up another one of these saves. And go into the one, you know, just before where we need to get to the spot. Which I guess would be here. That's exactly what it's like, Interplastic, yeah. Like, look at all this crap on the floor. These are things that I was holding at some point. There's just a random CD there. What is this? A brush? And an album? Cigarette? There's a controller on the ground. Like, pound coin. Like, some of the stuff is useful that you use, but, like, all of these, like, network cards You only need a couple of them, and I don't think any of the ones that I have on my person right now are actually usable. Kind of funny. But you don't know that when you play it. So I can do the glitch again, but the problem is I'll lose the cutters. That's what's annoying. I guess if I save. Hang on. I think you're onto something, Galaxy. Yes. So hang on. We got to begin at 3, right? So 3 is this spot here. So, okay, hang on. I just have to make sure I'm not, like, my brain is going to melt doing this. But, okay, so that's that. Then we say, yeah, we're going to head back. This is that C99 is our original brand new game. That one didn't show up. I think I have to maybe... Too many saves here. Is it 3? Alright, so 3... I don't know if we need to do this, but this certainly, like, makes sure that it works. What the heck? Send me back to Eden's. Okay. Load. And so we'd want to load this one, which takes us to the car park, where we can get... Oh my goodness, if this works, this is so funny. Okay, so then we're gonna save this. This is our new save, which we'll put under speedrun for now. Then we need to load the one that takes us to the church. So I grabbed 3. I think 3 has access to the church, I believe. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, we could technically just do it. Ideally, we'd have a save prepared. Like, why do we have an oily rag? And then we would just get the new location of the church and then head over. I probably do have one, but I think I may have also saved over it. Doesn't matter, we'll do this. Do it bespoke. Then I'll probably erase a bunch of these saves and then name them properly. Okay, so this, get rid of that. This is the new one, I hope. They're all kind of the same color, so I love that. There's like, I think a purple one and a blue one, and they look very close. And a bunch of red ones that might also be green. I basically just know where the right ones are on the floor, and that's what I run off of now. So we have to do log on, Beckett. This game does make you feel, like, very successfully feel like you're, like, I don't know, really working a terminal. It's kind of satisfying in that sense. Okay, so there's that. Exit. Okay, so, save. This is the problem, is I can't remember what any of these were, so we'll save this over. Honestly, I probably could have used outside church. I'll save this over more caverns for now. I'll fix these later. Then I think we load up this. Actually, before we do... Nope, this is the wrong one. So more caverns is the one that we just had. Too many saves. Didn't work. Me jumping around saves probably is not helping. Would it be this one? This one has channel 6. That's the one that we were using for the original. Speedrun? I think it's speedrun, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so speedrun's the one we want. So let's load up more caverns. I'll just exit the room here just to make sure that we're good. Then, so more caverns to speedrun. This is our fresh game that we've resaved. Alright, I think I might have to get to the point where we see the church on there. We might even need to travel there to make sure it works. Because now it should be here. Speedrun. Holy cow. That's incredible. Okay. Well, that's the whole game skipped then. Just about. I mean, this is a lengthy section, to be fair. But, I mean... Oh, the door's not open. Wait, is this... Did they know that this could happen? This door, I think, is supposed to be open. Oh, did they... Were the devs trying to make sure that people weren't doing this? Alright, hang on. Let's just go back to the save over here. Why is... Okay, apparently ScumVM is not happy right now. There it goes. Yeah, no clip, exactly. Hang on. Sorry, we're gonna go through this network screen one more time. I want to see if that door is open over here, because that means that there must be a flag somewhere along the line that tells us that the door should be open. And I don't know if that's the cartridge here, or if it's earlier on, because either way, and this is kind of, I think, what Galaxy was explaining before, is that you could maybe string together a certain amount of things where you could basically warp to a certain spot, get the flag, warp to the next spot, get the clippers, warp to the next spot, get the church, and then just be done. So either way, it's still like, we're kind of daisy chaining the run together, but it could work, right? My best thought is that it's this. Like, this is the thing that will open the door. Because this is when you're supposed to realize, oh, this this is where you're supposed to be going. So I guess in a real world you would make a save there. As well. Like we'd have one that gets us. Yeah, see, the door is open now. Okay. Okay, so let me think about this here. So we need... Yeah, the terminal... Well... The terminal becomes a bit tricky because then we need another location. So just, yeah, let's talk through this, I guess. So working backwards, we need to get into this church, right? But the door needs to be open. For the door to be open, we need to... We also need the... Well, to enter this, we need the clippers. To get the clippers, we need the car park. We also need this door to be open, and we're going on the presumption that we need to run the terminal to get the door open. To get the terminal section to work, we also need to be in... We need to unlock this location. Which one is it? I think it's... Yeah, it's Chapel's house. It's this one, because then we can hop the fence, and you get the Beckett cartridge, which unlocks the next location. So to get the Chapel house location, I think we need to do the management suite thing here. This whole section. Which hopefully we have the gem. Because I think we have to read this. You can use the glitch again. Well, yeah, I guess so. That means we have to do a few saves, right? Because we basically need to go to... I guess we just need to leverage this save a bunch of times. So our other one's on C99, right? Because I guess we could just do this. Yeah. I think we're thinking of the same thing here. Because then from here we can go get the cart. Because I'm pretty sure that the cart has not been picked up on this one yet. Oh no, it has. I must have it on my person then. Or it's... I guess it's in the terminal already on that one. Yeah, it's in here. Okay. Okay. So we just need to make a save. We need to make a specific Chapel house save then. So it's nice and quick. Because if we do this, let's again just see if we can do the whole thing here. Guess we could save this. So our original quote-unquote save was C99. So we go here. Never find that spot. There's the cart. Because I guess, probably overthinking this, but we can literally do the terminal stuff now. Sorry, this is a bit of a weird Spin Sunday stream, but when new tech comes a knockin', technically this is on the wheel, so I don't necessarily feel too bad about it. But I'm kind of excited about this, I'm not gonna lie. Septimus. Okay, so this is the part here, list cartridge. Read brief. Cool. Yeah, it is good music as well. Alright, so now we would need to warp to the church. We do not have the church location yet, so what we'll do is we'll save this to whatever this one was, speedrun, right? So this is again us with absolutely nothing. From here, we need to load up whatever one ends up in the car park, which I don't remember which one it was. This is just before channel 6, so that's not that one. This one. Guess I'm still working off the assumption that we need to exit and return, and then that way it kind of like locks it into place. But this time, well, we do need the car park, right? Because we need to get the clippers. That one is under speedrun, I think. Yep. Okay. Take the wire cutters. One of our only things. We'll make a save. That's under speedrun. And then we'll load up a save, I guess the same save that we had before, which was 99? No. This, I have to rename some of these. Oh wait, I put it on the other page, didn't I? This is... I'm gonna fix this. Chapel House save. Oh no, Chapel is too much. I did such a bad job of naming all of these things. But the idea here would be to jump to the one that unlocks the church location. Imagine... Oh no, it's not outside church. Although we could test that and see if that works. Oh, it's there. Ruined church. Door is still shut. And this would have been after Okay. Okay, that's a problem. Door seems to be locked. This is kind of nuts that they realized that, like, you could do this. They must have thought about it. Maybe the ordering of the game was different at some point. Or just shoot the door down. We don't have the gun. Okay, so that means the trigger is somewhere else. That's not the end of the world necessarily. That just means that there's more to do. Alright, let's save this on the speedrun one. This is starting to suggest to me that maybe we need to do this section here. It's possible that this part is the one that matters then. Because it's possible that it's this section here that does the trick. But then we'd need to get to the next piece. So we have to do the Dreamweb section. I think we'd have to do this in a different order, I guess. So let me write this down here. All right, so first off, we're gonna need a few saves now. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't think we have to go to Sparky's at all. Let me get my brain to unmelt here. So you play game initially to, well, I guess we just need to play new game and make a save in elevator, I guess, before we leave. Or I guess make save before leaving. We then need to possibly load a Sartain save. This is actually starting to get a little bit messy now, because if we have to do that part, we also need to have the gem. Because we can't kill those guys without the gem. Oh, jeez. Hey, Electric Dragon. Yeah, sorry about the incorrect time stuff there, iDoc. You're not the only one We got some blindsided by that. It was meant to be the usual start time on Sunday, but for some reason I never swapped it over. That's my bad. Some streaks are definitely in jeopardy at the moment. I feel bad about that. Oh, was I at the right door the first time? That's funny. Streamer aggressively attacking streaks. There will be no streaks in this channel. Not if I can help it. I kind of just want to understand what the flag is. So there's another thought we can have here, that maybe, because now we kind of understand how the glitch is working, right? So perhaps it will work on the CD-ROM version, and maybe the restrictions are a little less tight or something. Which it shouldn't be, but... I guess we'll try that, because I think that this might actually maybe be a dead end, which is pretty annoying. Okay, so here's the dead end that we're in currently, where we just have the wire cutters. And on this playthrough, I don't believe we did the terminal stuff, right? Or we did do the terminal stuff on this one. For anybody just joining us, there's been some new developments in the Dreamweb speedrun that we are kind of testing around. We now have a way to basically warp to the latter part of the game, which is super, super cool. But the problem is that we do not have... Well, initially we didn't have the items to beat the game. We've now figured out a way to get the items that we need to finish the game. But the game seems to be aware of this fact, and as you can see here, this door is closed. And without this door being open, we can't actually get to the next section. So we're kind of just trying to, like, suss out what the flag is here. I'm actually going to take a second here really fast and just gonna throw, like, a Google out there to be like, how to open the door. Ruined church. Dreamweb. Because this should be a screen that no one sees. But it's kind of nuts that they're like, yeah, we should probably have the door shut. Yeah, I don't think that this is a screen that people see. All right. Fair enough. There's a chance, I guess, that so we have to kind of root for the fact that it's not in the Sartain building. There is a possibility it's at the boathouse, though. It is possible that it's at the boathouse. If that's the case, I'm just trying to think of like what the game would want us to do. What is the lore drop here at the beach? Because to me, it does not make any sense for it not to be the terminal thing. Because that unlocks the location. You know that everybody, like the last couple guys are over there. I don't know. Let's solve this thing and see what the person says here. Do we have enough things to beat this section? We currently do not. That's okay. I guess we should do this the right way. Hang on. This is so goofy. Okay. Return to map. Go to boathouse. Actually, hang on. We have to do two things here. So if I go back to our speedrun playthrough and I say, let's get out of here. This might actually show up to boathouse, but we can't beat the boathouse yet. So let's go to Sparky's, which we had kind of initially decided we were going to do anyway. We can do this actually in the... in the initial playthrough to begin with. Let's save the speedrun. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up Boathouse. This shouldn't work, but this is just for clarity. Boathouse should not be an available option. I think I have to exit and come back to see it. It's interesting that Ruined Church is now part of this. I don't have to glitch out to get it anymore. That's odd and notable. All right, back to Boathouse. So if I unlock the Boathouse location, we should have everything that we need to get into the Boathouse. Interestingly enough. Although we won't... this is going to be really weird if this works. It shouldn't, but it could possibly work. Anyways. We need the gun to kill the person inside. But maybe we just need the lore drop? We'll see. Yes, it does unlock it. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Hang on. We gotta get the rail. Yeah, the terminal is what normally unlocks that location. Or what that is what unlocks the location. I think we just need to interact with the junction box first. And then the railing. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's good for the for this instance at least. We'll have to factor that in later on though. So I don't know what'll happen here. Because obviously we're not supposed to be at this part of the game without a weapon. So I don't know what's gonna go down here. We can talk to Underwood. Seen some better
The
days.
woman lies in a pool of blood and entrails. Where?
As if
Then I must.
show me mercy.
So yeah, tough day at the office for her. Like, I'm curious, can we leave now? Or is this, we're locked in here? So normally you shoot her.
The woman lies in a pool of.
What? Kill me, please.
The woman. It hurt.
What a performance, huh? Can we just use the railing? That'd be kind of...
The woman lies in a pool of blood and.
So normally we just use gun here, so that's not good. So I think this is a soft lock. Yeah, I mean, if this is the conversation to have, the gun is required. If it's the Sartain one, then the gem is required, which means the gun's required, I guess. Because I think to do the crane one, you would still need gun. Because I guess gun is the way that you get to everything in this game, to get to the dream web. That's so funny, because now no matter what happens, like, you could load somewhere else and you could get those warps everywhere, which is so odd. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking really deeply about how this could possibly work. I wasn't sure if we could get through the other way.
By the squad.
Sorry, sir. I'll have to ask you to leave the area. Looks like a terrorist attack. Are you a journalist?
No, I'm not. Actually, I knew Miss Chapel. Is she inside?
Well, so far we haven't found a body inside the house.
Can I go inside?
No, you can't. There's still plasma residue from the explosion. It's too dangerous.
Okay. Maybe I should speak to her family.
Yes, sir. That's a good idea.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay, so getting the old notebook out here. So basically we need to go... We have to get the gun, it seems like. So I think we play the first stretch like the same, I guess, through Crane. Because that allows us to get the gun, as well as go to the Dreamweb to get the gem. Then we go ahead and say we're going to warp ahead to the Sartain thing. Which is a possibly where the flag is, to do that. That also takes us to the Dreamweb. And we would need the gun for that too. And then from there, the possibility is that we can warp to the end from that. So we are cutting out like half still. It's not as juicy as it once was. Okay, so then we would need to warp to the car park and then warp to the church. Because that, I mean, I guess on the silver lining to this is that we don't necessarily need to do anything with the terminal anymore because it doesn't sound like it matters. Okay, so let's start a fresh game here. I'm going to attempt to do this as if we were really doing the run. So we'll literally we'll run a timer and just kind of see how this goes. Why is everything all stretched out? I don't know why this keeps happening. It shouldn't be doing that. Game options. Yeah. Hang on. What happens? What happens if you took the VSync off? Had a crazy implication on the last one. We are moving a lot faster now. I don't know if that's legal or not. But it seems like Ryan's moving much faster. I'll turn it back off for now. I don't want to goof too much with that. All right. Let's see what we can do. Maybe it's not moving faster. It might just been me. Looks the same. Open. Because this is a test run, we absolutely need to wear the sunglasses. Okay, so the presumption here is that we're going to play the opening section straight, I guess. Although, maybe not. To get the gun, we need money. To get money, we need to talk to... It probably does make sense to play this section straight. And we would need the screwdriver to get up to the top and the knife. Oh, this could get kind of juicy, though, depending on what you're able to cut out, but... Alright. Is this first bit to just get... What is this for? This is to get Lewis's location. We don't need Lewis's location. We don't need it. We don't need Lewis's location. Okay, save. So this is going to be our fresh one. Speedrun. So from here we could try loading up the next thing that we need, because we would just need to get into the pool hall. Which might be good enough here? No. That's fine. We have to head to Sparky's anyway. So part of this might be setting up better saves than the ones we have, because if we can get it right flush with where the exits are, then it's clear.
Spark
Hey, Ryan.
sat at the bar.
Cool, and then this is just cash card. Okay. So we now have money in the game, the money to do basically everything that we that we need. I'll make a save here. Speedrun. And then in a perfect situation, our pool hall save. In fact, I'll make the change now. I mean, really what I should do is start, like, I should just delete all my saves or something, or page worth of saves, and just be like... Just make, like, the third page all related to the speedrun is what I should do. Nothing personal, kid. Okay. So we should have pool hall available, which we do. Although now I'm realizing we need the pool hall. This won't work, I don't think. Because we need the card from Lewis's. We can check. Yeah, but we probably have to play the beginning, honestly. Why do we have the Regency Hotel? Oh, because we've done... Right, I know why. Oh, I didn't make the save, did I? Silly. Although I guess we can make our Lewis save right now. Okay. So I'm just going to rename everything. So this one's going to be Lewis. That's pretty annoying, because this is such a, like, annoying little cutscene that happens. Yeah, the reason that I think we need the, or to go in here is because he has the club card, and in my mind I was like, we don't need that because we can just unlock the location without it, but I'm pretty sure we have to tap it on the door to enter. It's this thing here. So I suppose at this point I should just do it the normal way, which is just to look at the card. Excuse me. Now we'll get to that Bonnie treat very soon. So we should have the pool hall. Yeah, this is kind of boring. It's kind of annoying that it's
Behind the glass. Act.
do it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, had to get the money from Sparky's, had to get the card to enter here from Lewis's. All of this just to find the trigger. I mean, I hope that, like, I'm way off on this or something, and, like, you can just do this for, like, a lot simpler or something. Is it not triple? Oh, no, it's 5,222.
Pool hall. Good evening.
Okay, there's the gun. After all of that time, we got the gun. And we have all the pieces that we need for the crane bit. So I think, again, I think this one just gets played straight, unfortunately. Once we get the gem, we should be able to jump ahead for the rest of this. And I actually might make 2 speedrun bits here, just... because I'm hoping that I did something wrong.
The reception.
Hello.
And that we can do this a little bit earlier. I think we've got everything we need for this, too. So that goes here. On a lighter note, we shouldn't have to scroll through inventory anymore. I think we can probably do this all on one page now. As long as we're being smart about cycling stuff. I guess we still need to do the rocks at the end, but that's a whole different story. Gotta get in the church first. Okay, we don't have the knife. Where is the knife? Knife is in his apartment. We skipped the apartment because we didn't need it. Okay. Fine. Can we just go down, please? It's still a time save by not needing to get Lewis's location by doing the very, very slow terminal stuff. As cool as the terminal bit is. I'm wondering if there's anything else that we need to get while we're in here. But I don't think so. I think it literally just comes down to the knife. I wonder if there's another sharp thing we can use. Because the knife is the one that we grab out of off the bed here. But like, is there a, like, is there a knife maybe at Eden's or something? I'll write that down. Pen is dying. Let's have a quick look. I'll turn the timer off here because this is... far from a PB at this point. This is sort of still a spec run, I guess. Because if there's a knife up here, that would be massive. Additionally, because we have to pass through here anyway, we can grab, see this mug here? If we take this mug, if we, for some reason, I'll stick it on the first page, if we some reason need to do the boathouse in the end, we can do it with that cup instead of having to grab the bottle, which is far away in this current condition. Alright, so we're just looking for something sharp. Plate, drinks machine, sink. Maybe there's like a razor won't work. Cabinet. Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, pills. Like I said, there's so much detail in this game, so like, this is why I'm checking, because there are certainly things that I don't remember being around. Another mug, plant, interface, cartridge, crate. This would save us a full location, though, if we were able to find something that's, that could work for this. And it's, I guess, up to the game, too, if it would allow it. Pound coin. Brush? I don't think a brush will work. We'll try it. I think it has to be sharpened. I think it has to be the knife, probably. I don't know if there's any other... bits in here. A CD is probably too flimsy. Let's just try the bin, maybe? Nothing in there. Let's get rid of the gum, though. I don't need that. Yeah, okay. Anything weird in the CD box that's not CDs? Oh no, it's literally like a jewel case or something. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I really like the way that this game looks as well. It's really, really cool. It can definitely be too much sometimes, but like I think it does work. It's really, really cool. If you have the patience, it's insane how much stuff is going on. Cheese dish. Take the cheese dish. tacky plastic cheese dish with a shallow red base and dome perspex top. Extremely small handle. There's cheese inside the cheese dish. Like, why? Why did we make this? This is incredible. Alright. I think ultimately we're going to have to use the knife, but we'll take these random things with us. The wrench I don't think will work. I don't think there's any other tools in here either. Yeah, you can click on everything in this game. There's not like a knife in the pool hall, is there? Because there's some pretty sketchy folks down there. Some glass. Yeah, there's lots of glasses. Didn't do anything crazy here, right? Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's head to the hotel again. Okay, so we should be able to do it. But the actual quote-unquote run of this, we just now know we have to play the first portion of this completely straight. The only addition is we're going to want to grab some sort of drink holder. Some sort of vessel. There's a bunch of mugs and glasses on the way through, so we just pick one of those up and that will do what we need. Now, in a perfect world, we probably don't actually have to goof with it because this will just work without having to do anything crazy. Alright, so from here, you would need to use this. Unfortunately, the warping seems to be related to, like, the actual, like, warp screen or whatever, rather than room to room. But we're at least getting, like, the full value out of going to the dream web here, because we have to run these things, I guess, to be able to get the gun. And then in this section here, this allows us to go to the dream web where we can get the gem, and then that will cover us should the Sartain thing be required, which it seems as if it is. I guess there's two theories, right? It's either that the Sartain bit is required, meaning we have to look through that, those, like, documents, or it's that we have to do the stuff in the boathouse. Both of which can be done. But we need the gun for one case. Well, for both cases, and we need the gem for the other, so... If for some reason it turns out it just has to be boathouse, that's probably our... I guess it doesn't matter. I'm thinking about it now. It kind of doesn't matter which one is the best. We have to do this regardless. I guess it's better a little bit if we don't need the crystal. So this crystal's here. This allows us to do Sartain. I think this is first one on the right, then the left. Okay. It's gonna put up some speedrun notes on the side here to make sure I'm kind of tracking exactly what's been going on here. So we have the gun, we have the gem. So now we can start breaking the game because we don't need to do anything with Sterling at all now. So this is where the fun begins. So this would be our speedrun save. So from here we want to load, and we would need to get excuse me. I guess we want to get to the beginning of Sartain. And I think by the end of the management suite section, it would have already been locked up. Like, we can't get back to it, I should say. Which one is the one that actually goes to... the church? Because we should definitely have a church save on the ready. It's not this one. Because we're going to kind of want to see when the door opens. So this is sort of our control. Let me resave over this one here so that way I don't have to do that walk every time. So this was Beckett Kart. Not to be confused with Garfield Kart or Mario Kart. Of course. I haven't done the terminal bit yet. Maybe one sec here. I don't think we made a save for that, I don't believe. Unless it's Chapel House. Yeah, okay. This is why we're redoing everything. Just testing something. This would be kind of wild if this happened. That was expected, I guess. So where does the C99 one go? It goes nowhere. C992 goes to channel 6, so ultimately useless as well. C993, I believe, is just before the wire cutter pickup. So I'm going to resave this one as wire cutters. To sort of better illustrate what that one is. Okay. Back to what we were doing before. We need to make a control save. And also a real save. This is going to assist us as well. But we should have the proper cartridge here to unlock the location. Yeah, that is in there. Use. If there was a way to kind of like also carry over inventory, you know what I mean? Like, or like transfer inventory over to a save, like that'd be a pretty wild game changer there. Right, so read cartridge. List cartridge. Like, I just want... I want the idea that the terminal unlocks it, like, and that didn't work on the last thing, just to be because I, like, did something weird with the save, or something like that. There's the church. Okay. Oops. Save. So this one's actually going to be... so this is... Ruined Church. So this is kind of our control now. You can see the door is open. So if we load up speedrun, we should possibly be able to go right to the church now. But presumably the door will be closed. What? Why are you doing this? It's interesting that it keeps telling me to go back to the alleyway. It's like doing the thing in reverse. Why is that? Why did I save the travel save? Because I'm doing this for, like, the first time. I'm still, like, goofing up this stuff. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. My mind's kind of going like 100 miles an hour. Maybe I can't do it from the alleyway. This might be like a weird screen where it's like gonna continue to do it. So maybe we do the classic, go to Sparky's. Yeah, it's happening in reverse. Do you see this? There we go. Okay, so the door is still locked as of now. So just, again, for safety as to, like, I don't want it to, like, totally lock up on me or anything like that, or anything weird to occur, where it's like, once it's closed, it never opens, something weird like that. We will reset this back here. Okay, so we have the gem, which means now we need to now figure out, do we do boathouse or do we do Sartain? So, the investigation continues. There's boathouse. We can load up. Actually, return to options. Let me save this one on the new thing. Instead of, I'll keep it back at one because I think there's some other things here to deal with. So this is boat. That was C99. Save. Okay, let's just make sure we get that going. And we'll load the speedrun up. Turn around. Boathouse. Okay. So we've warped to the boathouse. We've got all the goodies. This is why we picked up that cup earlier on, so that we can solve this puzzle over here. So we're going to do the rest of this section here, including the dream web. I forgot to pick something up. And then we'll test and see if at the end of all of this we can go do the church now. And if not, then it's sort of like signs begin to point towards doing the Sartain section. And we'll kind of do this same thing. But we're going for the more optimistic route here first. Alright. In the future, Mug should definitely be on the second screen. If at all possible. Alright, hole in balcony. There's not really a lot of, like, big lore... Well, I mean, there is lore drop here, but nothing that's related to anything that would be blocking, presumably blocking what we need to do here. But because this game is arranged in the way that it is, it's possible that all we need to do here is this. And then we can kind of, like, move, you know, that will do it. Because the only other reason I'm thinking it's the Sartain papers there...
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. This is a recording.
Is because that's the first time where they say that, like, the one person's in hiding somewhere in the city. And ultimately that's... They're in the church, so... This is sort of... where we're at. Alright, so I think this one is the correct door here. Okay. Maybe not. Is that might be the Sartain door, I guess. It's probably one of these. Hopefully we don't soft lock in the middle of this too, because we're also skipping a lot of these Dreamweb bits. Okay, I was just picking the wrong door. Okay, okay. Kids in 1990. Yeah. I mean, I will say that this, like, there's some great use of shadows. And I kind of enjoyed the top-down perspective for this. It sort of is like a more detailed GTA 1 and 2 kind of a feel to it. But I wouldn't be surprised if people really did say that. Okay, so now we're here in the deserted creek. Let's save our speedrun. And load. Ruined church. Speedrun. And hopefully that'll be available to us now. And hopefully the door is open. The door is open. Okay. We've done it. We have done it, people. It's happened. Okay. So that means that we need to do the beginning of the game. We don't have to get the gem at all anymore. We just need the gun. But yeah, to basically get this set up properly. Actually, am I right in thinking we don't even have to go to the dream web anymore then? We need the gun. So we need the money, which we get from going to Sparky's, and we need to buy the gun, which is at the pool bar. And then we have to do that by way of going to Lewis's because he has the address. Once we have the gun, that means we can then go to the end of the game. This is kind of nuts, if that's correct. Unless I'm, like, forgetting something major here. Obviously, we still need to get the wire cutters, but that's doable. Excuse me. I guess just to be fully, thorough with this. We go wire cutters, to which we want to leave. I'm going to save wire cutters here again, actually, because this is a little bit easier to just leave. Oops. Load, speedrun. That's weird that it is the boathouse, but okay, I'll take it. I'm just like kind of thinking about it a little bit. This is our correct save, right? Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, there's our wire cutters, which we'll take. We'll head out. We're gonna save on speedrun again. We're going to load, ruin church, restore, exit, ruin church. Going to load speedrun, and that should allow us to then go to ruin church. And yeah, I think that actually this ends up working really nice, or out really nicely with the inventory too, because we won't now have the key card. We won't have the crystal. And yeah, those two will be basically the hand, which we'll pick up here. Just make sure there's no other weird tomfoolery in this. But yeah, like we don't need the gem. Okay, can't drop it, so let's stick you over here for now. And we wouldn't have the key card because we don't need to get up to the top floor of that. And that's key because, well, I guess we don't. I guess one is the really important thing. We need one spot because we need to be able to pick up this and drop it. Well, we need the hand, I guess, is ultimately what it is. But all these things we need to kind of fumble around with. I mean, if we can get down to the lower section, there's no reason to think that this won't work anymore because we don't need anything. This is wild, and again, humongous shout out to Inkobal. I'll post something in Discord, a proper thank you, and an update on kind of how this works. But like, yeah, this is the end of the game here, down here. That is crazy. Okay, so let's try it in a run. I know that we've been streaming for almost 3 hours, but like, I think we've covered a lot of ground here. You know what I mean? I think we've done a lot of good stuff. In fact, let me quickly take a quick stretch break if people are okay with that. I also think we have some Bonnie treats that are piling up behind me. We've got one for Summer, one for Havorius. And I don't know if we got the Hit Marty one. I think we did, but yeah, we've got a couple treats at least. So I'm going to throw you out to the BRB screen over here for just a minute. I'm going to take a quick stretch break and a drink, and then we'll get to this run and see what the damage can be here. So hang tight and enjoy the tunes. Alrighty, folks. Bonnie has joined us. down there. We had a good break, everybody. Let's get caught up on these Bonnie treats here. We've got one coming in from Summer. Thank you very much, Summer. Hey there, IQ Neg. Nice to see you. And the other one comes in from Havorius. Thank you, Havorius. Oop. There we go. Treats got. Treat get. Alright. Back to the grind here. I think we've figured this out. I'm gonna leave the splits as is for now. With the assumption, I guess, we'll just do some skipping, basically. There I am. Alright, so we need a fresh, I guess a fresh load of this. I probably shouldn't have straight up quit out, but let's reload up Scum VM. And let's do it. So yeah, what we've managed to do here is use an amazing find from Incobalt that has allowed us to skip a significant amount of Dreamweb using some save load tomfoolery. And yeah, I hope this ends up turning out pretty well here. We're gonna see it at pace now. Okay. Let's do it. New game begin. Time is running. Time is running. Okay, so let's just play the game. So we play the opening just as we normally would. Grab that. Grab the mug over here. Yep. Hit the button. The good thing is we've had to do a lot of work to make this happen. So I'm pretty warmed up now. The buttons, like in the control scheme to this game, is a little bit insane. We do not need the screwdriver, I don't believe. Because we do not need to go to crane at all. Okay, so first things first, we need to go home. Right? Hang on, I'm starting to forget what I need to do here. Hang on. Let me think here. We ultimately need the gun, which means we need the money. Which means we need Lewis. So I think hang on. Let's make a new Dreamweb layout here, because I think this will also help me retain all of the things that I need to do. Thinking about how I want to do this. Of those. I'm gonna rename the first split from Crane. We'll call this gun. Get gun. Then after that, we need to I guess we need cash. Get the gun. This should be presumably kind of quick though, but... Get cash, get gun. Then I think we go Underwood, which is the beach house. In fact, we'll just call it Beach House because that's what we've been calling it. Beach. I was gonna call it Beach Warp. It kind of is. Beach House. Is Beach House? Beach House is like this, I guess. It's not really one word, is it? Beach House. There we go. Brain is already messing. So then we'll enter church. And then Beckett. Okay. Let's save this. And yeah, it would be this one. Alright, so then let me just really quick... What is my PB time? That way we've got some benchmarks here. So I want to see how much time this may or may not be saving in different places. So we have a 23:08. Let's open up the VOD here because I think the other pieces, we probably should see specifically where these splits would occur if we were to do this normally. Alright, there's a big lead up into this run here, but I hope people understand. Okay, so to get the gun, here we are running through. So I'm gonna split for getting the weapon when we actually collect it. So that way it's nice and clean. I have double woofs here for a second. Okay, so roughly 4:24 into my other run, I'm picking up the cash. Or picking up the gun, I should say. 24. When am I getting the cash? That's the other piece. That's over here. Alright, so that's roughly at 2:06. Then the beach house. This is hopefully where we're going to see a lot of time saved. So we're going to do all of the beach house. So I guess this will be upon getting warped into the dream web. We'll kind of do the same Underwood split here. So kind of as we... Yeah, 1707. Okay, and then entering the church. So I'll split on the actual entrance through the open doors of the church, which is 1946, and then we finish in 23:08. Okay, we now have splits. That we can use. Okay, this is going to be great. All right. They don't have like a restart game option, do they? We do have return to launcher, which works. Okay. So as far as inventory goes, we need to get to Lewis's, and we need to get we need to go to Sparky's to get the money, And we need to go to Lewis's to get the card. So we do need to return to the house quick to get Lewis's location. Although, I say that, we don't need to do that because we can just jump over there. What's the best way to route this? Is it better maybe for me to... Because we don't need the knife, there's really no reason to go back to the apartment. The reason you go to the apartment is to get Lewis's address. We can just warp to Lewis's, right? So I guess what we do is we get our wallet, we get the key thing, and we'll go to Sparky's and get the cash first. As we leave Sparky's, we'll warp to Lewis's, get the card at Lewis's, do the shoes. And then from there, it should be play it straight until we get the gun. From there, we warp to Beach House. And that's that. We do need to pick up a mug on the way. Okay. Yep. I'm there. I'm good. I think I've got this. I'll write it down really quick. Okay. So, open as usual. Get cash from Sparky's. Warp to Lewis. Get card. Yeah, that's for the card and shoes. Because we're going to have to do the shoes. Then get gun. Then we just warp to Beach House. Should say open as usual / mug. We need a mug. Warp to the Beach House. And like we do the Dreamweb sequence. And then warp to the Clippers. And then warp to church. And then finish the game as we have in the past. So I'll just copy my notes from above down here. Okay. Holy cow. We've got a game now. Okay. So, new game. Are we ready? Let me have a sip. Thank you for the good luck. Like none of that water went in my mouth. That's great. Yeesh. Okay. Let us begin. On the third hour of the stream, this first speedrun starts. And go. Cool. So, there is a mug over here. I suppose we can grab that first. Wallet. These are nice and quick. I should probably keep my normal bits the same. Micro cooker. Did I hit it? I did. Okay. Got that set. Hit the button. Through and in. To the control. I don't believe we need a screwdriver at all. We can just leave. Great. So we'll go to Sparky's. Sparky's is for the money specifically. We do not need to go home at all during this run anymore, which is kind of amazing. Okay, so to get the money, we talk to Sparky.
Hey,
we do not need to talk to the other guy anymore because we don't need the location of the hotel. Okay, so now we need to warp to Lewis's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save under speedrun. I'm going to load Lewis. I'm going to return to Lewis's. I'm going to now go ahead and load the save we just had. go to Lewis's apartment. I did already miss a split, so we'll just focus on getting the gun. Okay, what's his number? I still need that. 5238. I'll need to write that down because it's not on my current new notes. Oh yeah, I probably want to do that in a different fashion, in fact. Let's put the shades on because we feel better that way, and also I need to look at this. Yeah, normally I go and get the sneakers first, and then I'll get the card, because then I can just do this and leave, but I did it in a reverse order. One is one to do. Okay, so now we need to get the gun. We already have the location unlocked because we looked at the card. So yeah, there's our pool hall.
Behind the glass. Act.
I can't believe we're already behind the, well... I guess I might be going a little slow, who knows. I figured we might be ahead in most of this, but... we can always see what's going to happen here. Keypad 5222. Talk to this guy first.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, we have the gun now, so that is a split. So even with me letting the dog out for a sec there, and kind of figuring out what I'm doing. We're only a little bit behind the actual PB pace. Okay, so from here we need to get to Beach House. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to leave here. Go ahead and save as speedrun. We're going to load Boathouse. Oh, it's Boathouse, not Beach House. I'll fix that. Cool, and then we can load speedrun. And that should be available to us now. Good. Take the railing with us. This is crazy, by the way. I just want everybody to know that this is actually kind of wild. I'll be curious to see how this is ruled, as I can see it from a number of different ways here. Okay. I'm just gonna go a little to the right of where I think this spot is. Okay, that should be everything. So I think that's gonna be good. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Like any percent.
Sorry, your call
with
cannot be
save
completed
warps
as dialed.
or
This is a recording.
any percent glitchless, something like that. So that's a pretty decent save. I actually did that a little bit slow there. But nice 10-minute time save. My goodness. Is it this one? It might be the far left one, actually. Yeah, it is. I like that the PB chance thing at the bottom says 0% chance. That must be a broken component. Not a believer. Right, so now we need to get into the church, which means we need to save. And we need to load up the wire cutters. Car park. Okay, back to our speedrun save. Get the wire cutters. Gladly take those. Let's make a save here. Speedrun. And we're gonna load up church. And we're gonna load up our old speedrun friend there. Back to our normal save. And there's the door, nice and open, just as we left it. We got tons of space in the inventory, so there should be no issues here, which is... It's better than I thought it was, because we really didn't need to grab anything. Oops, I would need to grab the hand first. We're going to need to do a UE beforehand. But what an incredible find. Holy moly. Really, really great stuff. Thanks, yeah, I did miss that one. These are coming so quickly that I'm just forgetting about them. Alright, we're gonna need that. Gonna need these. Okay. Can I remember the copy protection? I think I remember it. I think it's that. Need to get a little bit more clean with this inventory bit here. I guess the next step is to see if this is a Scum VM thing or if this is a, like a Dreamweb thing. Because you could probably see it both ways. us up an old DOS box at some point. I'm curious what maybe Inkobalt did that in DOS box, and perhaps it worked. So a little bit messy, but it worked. I just had a really weird idea that I don't think will work, but I'm curious about something. I'll do it after the run. Actually, it definitely won't work, so never mind. Because the real key to all this would be to get some sort of way to, like, not do it by warp point, but to get it like actual room by room adjustments would be wild, right? Okay, this losing time makes a lot of sense because that was not the cleanest I've ever done any of these. So I think time is just as the room changes. I think it's that. So that's pretty good. Basically shaved off like roughly 10 minutes on it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. I mean, what the heck, right? That's pretty cool. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. Crazy. What a crazy...
Lion, the web has been freed. The commanding positions have been filled. No absolute good or evil, but neutrality. We will now protect the web.
The web.
Your task is finished. From here, you must return to your life. It will never be the same, and the consequences will be great.
Do you have any grubs?
You have saved our dreams.
Okay. I'm just having a look at, obviously, our time here. I've got still time to stream, but I'm just gonna... I have to have a look, I guess, at the wheel and see what we have left. But that is, I guess, our Dreamweb run for the day. There is another one still on the wheel. I'm really tempted to just run this again because the next run will be faster, but more than likely I'll just get back to it during the week because when can you have too much Dreamweb, I would say. Let's save that. Yes, absolutely save those. But let me bring you up here with some tunes. And let's have a look at the old wheel. I could pull it off the wheel, but we've also got a lot of other things going on here. So we've got Mystery of the Druids, Booze of Monkey Island. Oh, Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs. We have a piracy run as well. Geez, there's a lot of good stuff on here. 2 runs of Gabe 2. You know what? Maybe I will pull that other Dreamweb run right now, and then we could jump into some grubs. Today's been a little bit of an odd stream only because we did a really deep dive into Dreamweb, but it was kind of appropriate because it was hit on the wheel. This is what we'll do. I'm gonna do the other run. I'm gonna make an executive decision, and we'll do another run of Dreamweb. So this is the second Krelos run on the wheel. We'll do that, and then I will spin the wheel, and then whatever it lands on, we'll kick off for next week. That way, we all kind of know what we're getting into on Sunday, a week from now. From there, we'll switch into grubs, and then we'll probably call it. We'll see where we're at. And yeah, that'll also help me get prepared for whatever is coming the next on the next stream. I do have Game 2 working perfectly fine on this machine, which is great. It did take me a while as well to get Sid Meier's Pirates going, but it is working as well, which is cool. I'm very excited for that run when that comes in. But yeah, anyways. That's right. Yeah, gotta tune in next week for the next one. All right, cool. So, what do we have here? Another run. I guess hopefully this is okay that we're doing this with these new glitches. This is gonna be any percent for now until told otherwise. Are we good on time? I think so. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Yeah, Pirates is tough. It was difficult enough as it was, and then I had to, like, I don't know, you have to kind of do some stuff with wine to get it to kind of fire up, and it was really struggling because it's at a weird, like, I don't know, it's just an old game, right? It's in that sweet spot where it's 3D, but, like, old, and yeah, it took a little bit of tinkering, but it is working now. It was very exciting to see the start screen. It looks like it's running pretty well as well. But anyways, let's do it. Okay, so we know what to do now. To the mug. Alright, hang on. Sorry, I had adjusted my headset for the quiet song that we were just listening to, and now that, like, opening bit like blew my ears out. Okay. This is the run. Just as we said. I think getting the mug here makes the most sense anyway, by the way. I think it's like kinda just works. Get it out of the way and then you can kinda just roll with it from there. You could get that mug there as well. Easier just to do this. Okay, so this first bit is to go to Sparky's. Honestly, that's one of the trickiest parts of this now, is trying to remember, like, where we even go. Because I know this run really, really well now. In terms of how it's supposed to go, but...
Hey, Ryan.
There's a split there. And then we're gonna need to save... Speedrun... Need to load Lewis. Load speedrun. Get on out of here. Hey, Snooster. Nice to see you. Runs are going well. It's been an interesting stream. So I finally got around to looking into Incobalt's post in the Discord, which was suggesting that there's some sort of way to almost like death warp in this game. But it turns out you don't even need to die to do it. So we're deep in the what is this? 5, 2, 3, 8. Deep in the science at the moment as we try to get all of this stuff together. But we've managed to basically find something or kind of utilize something that should take around 10 minutes off the run. So we just did our kind of first sort of spec run of it. And now this is kind of hopefully a little bit quicker version of it. We'll see. I think it's probably worth me getting rid of the gold on this as well, because it must be a little bit slower, I guess, than Unless the splits are busted, which could be very much the possibility. But yeah, we're kind of utilizing some new stuff here. Try to talk through it as we go into it. We've already skipped a little bit, but nothing
Behind the... Look out!
nothing major yet. Hey, Shadow Cloud. But we've got kind of a massive jump coming here. So for anybody who's not familiar with this run, or this game, the kind of premise of this is we're playing this guy who's like, finding evil people, basically, and who are trying to take over this thing called the Dream Web. We're trying to get there and kill him, basically. And normally you need to go through a number of people to do this. I think there's like 5 different, like, kind of bosses, if you will. But we're only going to do 1. I guess 2, technically. I think there's 6 in total, we're doing 2. So we're skipping 4 kind of chunks of the game. So this is a game called Dream Web, which, if anybody wants to give this game a shot, it's definitely a pretty cool game. It's from 1993, 1994, but it is freeware now, and you can find it on the ScumVM website. Alright, here we go. So we've got the gun now, so we're going to save under speedrun, and then we're going to start warping out of here because we want to jump to a later point in the game, so we're going to go to this boathouse thing here. And, okay, we'll go back to our game now. And now we can go to the boathouse, which is kind of cool. Okay, misclicked there, that's fine. We'll do the pipe stuff first. Ideally, when I load into this, I want to grab the railing right away. The railing is effectively a crowbar that we're going to need. But yeah, this is like a top-down point-and-click adventure game. That's definitely like not, I don't know, I guess it's more like adult-themed or something. It's a game of its time for sure. Very 90s. Moody, angsty type of game. It's really good. It's like certainly a fun one. But yeah, this is actually the 4th boss, I think, that we're doing now. Go ahead and I caught the edge of the screen there. Looks fine. Okay. I think that was a lot cleaner than before, even with the little bit of movement weirdness that happened.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. This is a recording.
Maybe not. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It was made by just, like, I think a few people in the UK. Yeah, back in the early to mid-90s. And it definitely does its own thing. It's like, I've never played a game quite like this one. I kind of love it. The top-down thing is a pretty cool style. The way that everything works is pretty neat. It's incredibly detailed. It's a game that's incredibly hard because there's almost too much detail in this game at points. But it's a really cool one. But yeah, the audio design. And the visuals are really, really cool. We should be able to go. Alright, so I'm going to do another save here, speedrun. We're going to load up wire cutters. So this is like the reason the glitch works, basically. is by going into a different save and loading into an area, and then just going back to the save that we just had when we tried to go to that, you know, movement menu. That last option will be here. Except for when I do that and goof it up. Shoot. Just thinking too much about the explanation and not actually doing the thing I should have been doing. There we go. So now we're in the car park here. The reason this matters is because we need to get these wire cutters to be able to get to our next location. So let's just save our speedrun spot. Let's load up the church. And do the same thing. Load speedrun. That's the name of our bit. And now the church is available to us here. So yeah, again, for folks who weren't around, we found out that this door right here is actually shut for a good portion of the game, and we had to kind of go through the game and find out where the trigger was, which is that last boss sort of thing there in the boathouse area. That's like where the trigger is. Also, this is amazing. The inventory works out perfectly to where we don't need to drop anything during the run. That is really nice. I was a bit worried that we would need to do it at least once, but we should have just enough room for everything. So I think this... I lost a little bit of time because I goofed up the car park stuff, but otherwise I think this has been cleaner. This, I'm just going to immediately stick this over here. I'm not going to worry about trying to scroll back and forth. That allows me to also pick up the rock here, which we need. That's definitely the ordering, by the way, that you want to do that. During kind of my last grind in this game, I kept getting kind of confused on which one to do the left and which one to do the right, because they're faster in separate directions. And however I just did it is the way that I think is probably the optimal way. I'll probably forget by the next stream, but go figure. This one's bottom right. This section's kind of funny too, because if you're just like mashing down here, you can just kind of warp out of the screen. Boop. It's always further to the left. I want to go here, but it's like truly in the middle area. Okay, we're nearly there. Can we PB? We're gonna be close. Yeah, we got it. 1316. We can definitely get into the 12s. Like, I'm still sort of, like, sorting out a little bit of how quickly to do certain things. There's also kind of the idea that maybe... like, maybe there's better places to make saves so that you're closer to the edge of somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's, like, a consideration as well.
Ryan,
But
the
anyways,
web has
pretty
been
neat.
freed.
1316 I'll take.
The commanding positions have been filled.
I'll probably pick this one
No
back up on
absolute
Tuesday a little
good
bit because
or
it's
evil,
pretty cool.
But neutrality. We will now
Thank you for the
protect
GGs,
the
everybody.
web.
Yeah, new tech, brand new tech.
Your task is finished. From here,
Shout outs
you
again
must
to
return
Inkobalt,
to
who
your
basically found this
It will
glitch.
never be the same. And
And
the
then we've kind of
consequences will
just
be
riffed on it a little bit, and now
You
we've
have
kind of got
saved our
the
dreams.
ultimate application for the, at least for what we can find. It's almost too powerful. It's kind of insane because you can basically go to like the very end of this game, at least to the front of the church, and do the whole thing. But yeah, the game almost... I wonder if it's something to do with, like, the... I just don't think that you can get the cart any earlier than that. Like, you can't get to the cartridge before... meaning the Beckett cart, which unlocks the, you know, the church area, basically. You can't get to that before you do Sartain, which would be... I don't know, there's a bunch of weird question marks with it. My best guess is that, like, the reason you can't just warp to the end is because at some point in the game, maybe they wanted you to go to the church and you can't get in or something, and there was another puzzle there or something, but it's very strange. But anyways, yeah, that's the best way we can do it as of the moment. Let me save those splits because that is a PB of some sort. Very cool. All right, we have 20 minutes of grubbing to do, so let's get to that grubbing, the aforementioned.